Welcome back to Mr. Joe's shop slash garage repair facility. We're doing at their trailer bearing service. I've already gone and taken the seal out, and I've already taken the bearings out and inspected them. I ain't gonna sit here and hold camera for everyone to show you how I'll do it. Then you ain't gonna learn nothing if I do it for you, because that's how I did it. I had to figure it out on my own. I've seen YouTube every once in a while. Yeah, YouTube, it helps out. It gives you an idea. But just because it's on the internet, don't make it right. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, because god dang, don't just Google stuff when people tell you to Google it. Because, god dang. Oh man. Okay, anyway, let's get back into this here. This is that 10-inch drum. I've already cleaned it all out. This is your inner race right here. You got your inner bearing that sits in like that. This is a conical Torrington bearing. Sits in at an angle. It's a tapered bearing. Tapered roller bearing, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, your seal sits on top. You pull your seal out first. Use a seal puller, because god dang, if you don't got a seal puller, you're going to be, yeah. You poke your eye out. People do some weird things. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, I've done it. I've used some weird stuff in here before, like crow's foots and stuff, and pry bars and screwdrivers. It just don't work very well. Get yourself a seal puller. It's for pulling seals. That's what they call a seal puller. Anyway, back into it. I keep rambling on, getting all excited. This Torrington bearing. This bearing showed good. When you take the bearing out, you're going to go ahead and wipe it off in a clean rag. Like a dark rag works really well. You're going to look for any kind of a sparkling in there. If there's little sparklies, don't get it mixed up with the grease, the sheen of the grease, because the grease is shiny. You're going to look for a metal flake. So if you're like a parent and you got kids and you got like a daughter, and it's like all bedazzled in there. That's bedazzled. There's like sparkly stuff. So sparkles are bad. There shouldn't be any metal in there except for the bearings and the race, unless you got some like kind of like moly graphite grease or something, because that's got metal in it. Figure that one out. It's rocket scientists and stuff. Anyway, this outer bearing unfortunately did have failure. So this here is the outer bearing. Let's see if I can give you a quickie on this guy here. Get it cleaned up here. There it is right there. It's kind of hard to see. There is some pitting up there in the top. It is not smooth anymore. There is pits in those there rollers. So it's like, instead of being like flat smooth, it's got like this cupped where the material's pitted out of it. So that's no good. This is the race that it sits in. There's your bearing and your race. They go together. Don't ever just take in one bearing, one race. Like, my bearing's good, but my race is bad, so I'm going to go ahead and get a new race and put it with my old bearing. Don't do that. That's just setting yourself up for catastrophic failure. Okay, not catastrophic, but you're going to be in a world of hurt. So these are trailers. You don't want to be standing on the side of the road. You can't just call a trailer company, come pick up a trailer. What? They do that. You want to spend money? Spend it. This is what we're not here for. This is servicing so you don't have to spend money. Unnecessary money. God dang, that light in the back. I'm getting pissed at that thing. Anyway, so you don't mix your parts. You put new stuff with new stuff, old stuff with old stuff. If your old stuff's good, you reuse it. That's why it's called service, because you service it. Anyway, so that bearing and that race come out of here. You're going to use yourself a driver of some sort. Don't use a chisel, because then you're going to sit there and you're going to gouge all this up, and that's where your race is going to sit down in there. It sits down there, it presses in, so you got to use a little bit of force, got to persuade it. Use your hammer and use your driver and do it the right way. Don't be gouging stuff, because then you're just screwing it up. Keep your nice stuff nice. Anyway, I ain't going to show you how to do it, because god dang, you got to learn for yourself. I'm just showing you what you need to do. Does that make sense? Your race is down on there. Take your driver, you put it in at an angle. Pow! Judy spike. Judy spike that thing right in there. Knock that thing out. You got to work it from side to side. So you're going to go one side, other side. Back to the other side. Back to the other side. And you're going to do that until you get that guy drive out of there. Anyway, so this bearing is going to get replaced. Just because one bearing's bad doesn't mean the other bearing is bad unless you have complete bearing failure. God dang light. You get bearing material from one bearing. I don't know how that's going to work. Hang on. Stand by. I wasn't prepared for this speech. Oh! Almost lost it. Get up on there now. Stay. Okay. So, if your bearing fails and metal from that bearing passes through into the other bearing, you're going to replace them both. Just do it. And you're going to clean that hub out. You're going to clean this guy all out. Spick and span. If you got like a solvent tank or something like that, you can clean it out with solvent tank. And make sure you dry that all up, because solvent, it eats grease. And you don't want to do that because grease is your friend on this. You want to have everything lubricated properly. So, anyway, this is Mr. Cho's bearing service. I'm going to go ahead and put this guy down, and I'll be back at it. And I'll keep you the feeds and how we get down. That's right.